Hello, everybody. Sorry about the delay. We're here now. Welcome to the very first episode of Law and Order. It's a police procedural, Dungeons and Dragons. It's set in Waterdeep, and it's starring some of your favorite Twitter shitposters. So without further ado, let's introduce them. 50 words or less, who are you, what do you do? 50 words or less, who are you playing? And let's start with Crip.
Hello. I am Crip. I fuck. I'm known for doing that. You can look me up on Pornhub XNXX. My character, he is a half-orc fighter. I modeled him after the only male figure in my life, Tony Soprano. And he's this, underground mob dude. His mom was a bit of a lady of the night. His biological father is a crime lord, and I try my best to make him proud, but you get down and dirty, and I have daddy issues. That's what it is.
Rightio, thank you. Who's next down on the stream?
It's gonna be me. Hello, I am Tom Sweeney. I am a podcaster, streamer, a Twitter personality, and I'll be playing Gabriel Equest, the half-elf ranger who got mixed up in some rather unsavory things in his younger years, but now I am on the straight and narrow trying to make Waterdeep better.
Okay, next up.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jess. I am better known as Bad Cripple on Twitter. I spend my days making checkmarks hate me, which is pretty great. I'm playing Philia Frostwalker. She is a satyr sorcerer of the Clockwork Soul. She's a long way from home, but she's enthusiastic about anything she tries. Don't leave any drinks in the open because they won't stay there for long. That's me.
Jenna?
Hi, I'm Jen. I have a YouTube channel, Dojangles, and I also have a podcast, Real Weird Sickos, with Charles Kahn and Tom Videoger in the chat. Hi, Tom. My character, his name is Nixie Ariel. She's an orphan. She was raised by a bunch of thieves, so that's how she got a little bit sneaky. She's cool, but just don't touch her. She's not a touchy person, and she's a little mean, but she's a little softy too. So that's her.
Keegan?
Hi, I'm Keegan. I am an editor, and I have a podcast with my friends where I animate Dungeons and Dragons sessions, and we have guests on there sometimes. I'm going to be a dad soon, so I probably get nuked off the internet for that one. I play Tenzo. He is a bard of creation. He is a painter, and he is Crip's partner in crime. He was sheltered, kind of raised as a weapon of destruction kind of thing, and then he broke out and Ornipus showed him the streets, and he's been robbing people blind ever since. So,
Reno?
I am Renazuo. I am an artist of the variety you can't talk about on Twitch. I also am a co-host with Tom Sweeney on our podcast, Legends of Lore, which we're going to be getting back to soon, I promise. And I will be playing Charisse Wheeler, a cleric of Joaquin. She previously was in the financial crimes division in Waterdeep, and after pissing off some of the wrong people at the top, was busted down to this bullshit assignment in this ward with all these fuckers.
Nice.
All right. So, that said, before we get started, a quick shout out to some guys who've been helping us out in the background. The Hall of Heroes, which is in Sydney. They have been allowing me to shamelessly shill this podcast on their Discord server. They've provided some of my resources out of their store, and they're also now one of the only 2 stores in New South Wales, which means absolutely nothing to most of the other people in this stream, that have been chosen by Whiz Kids, who make the minis for D&D, to run the framework minis. Those are customizable minis that you can buy kits for in stores. So hello to everyone from the store. I know that there's a bunch of people from the Hall of Heroes family watching. I miss you all. And with that, we're going to get started. So, printed out about a third of the book that I've written so far. Shall we begin? Waterdeep, the city of splendors and the crown of the north, a melting pot of cultures, home to mystery and intrigue, a veritable maze of wonders and magic, a city so full of secrets that Volathamp Gedam himself has not been able to catalogue them all. 200,000 people packed into roughly 5.5 square miles, each of them looking to get ahead, some by any means necessary. For many travellers and adventurers, Waterdeep is the pinnacle of places to visit. But for the men and women of the City Watch, its streets represent both home and duty. Traditionally, in times of grave threat to the city, the honoured members of Force Grey are called upon to defend Waterdeep from threats both foreign and domestic. Collateral damage in these incidents is usually high, bearing great cost to the city. In the aftermath of these times, the City Watch is called upon to help restore peace and oversee repairs to the various wards of the city. Of the wards of the city, the southern ward is the poorest and the most densely populated. And of all the watch houses in the southern ward, the South Gate post is the least enviable posting, which is where we find our heroes.
Basically just Long Island.
Yeah.
Staten Island. No, definitely Staten Island. Bro.
Staten Island. Yeah, okay, that's Staten Island. No one wants to be on Staten Island.
Yes. Freedom Land reference. We start already in the thick of things, stationed about the intersection known as the Weymouth, the crossing point of 2 of the largest streets in Waterdeep, barely 100 yards from the southern gate. The afternoon slowly begins to give way to evening as yet another muffled explosion is heard from the city walls to the north. The usual empty winter streets are shoulder to shoulder, and the endless sea of people pause briefly, a few cries of fear rising above the general hubbub of the overcrowded main streets. A recent initiative by the Senior Civilar of the South Gate Watch House, your patrol, has been tasked with minimizing civilian casualties by evacuating the neighborhoods and diverting traffic away from large-scale alterations inside the city walls. The crunch of soft white snow underfoot has long given way to the sound of slush and mud from the footfalls of hundreds of people, as you alternate raising small blue and yellow flags at this massive intersection, pausing traffic from the high road, resuming traffic from the Way of the Dragon, and vice versa. Word from the Watch House is that this altercation is between the members of Force Grey and the Creel, a notorious and monstrous serial killer that has been prowling the city for the last 6 months. A ringing of bells from the direction of the harbour heralds the arrival of the 6th hour afternoon, and is the end of your shift. Naturally, the relieving patrol is late in arriving, and the prospect of another hour awaits in this endless sea of citizenry. Just as you think you might have spotted a small troop of green and gold garbed figures moving towards you in the crowd, you hear a loud, exaggerated cough, and a well-dressed halfling tugs on one of your cloaks. "Oi, sorry, Constable, but I seen a couple of shifty-looking fellas trying to move a big old handcart through the crowd down there. I'm no great wizard, but I detected an awful lot of power underneath that sheet they had covering it." He quickly conjures the light cantrip in his hand, as if to prove his point as a magic user. Looking across the intersection, you all think you might see the group that this halfling's talking about. They do seem to be moving the cart very carefully while shoving away anyone who gets too close to them. What do you do?
So that looks like fun. We should go check it out,
Yep.
right? Everyone wants to see what's under the big top, right? I want to see what's under the big top. Should we go? Can we go?
I mean, aren't we on duty? Shouldn't we stay here and wait till we get relieved?
I think it's worth sending a couple people to go check it out, but it seems that
You guys, there's nothing else going on today. I'm bored. Let's do it. Let's check it
there's
out.
explosions down the street. I think we should probably stay where we are.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
down
care.
there.
I don't want to
Okay.
get blowed up.
so it's
That sounds like
essentially
a them problem.
we are essentially on traffic duty right now, and that does seem relevant. To
If you
traffic,
want to stay
if it's
here
in the
and do,
road.
if you want to do the traffic duty, that's on you. I'm
No.
gonna go check this out.
I'm
already
saying
started
that
walking.
is relevant as
Okay.
traffic duty to go check. I think.
Let's
But
go.
I'll stay here.
You guys have been talking. I'm
Aw.
already halfway there.
All
Yeah,
right, I'm
Tenzo
behind you.
and
Let's
Ornithus
go.
are already halfway there.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ophelia trots
Wait,
after them.
wait! I don't think we should go.
I'm keeping an eye on this halfling because I don't trust him either.
I reluctantly start following everybody from behind.
I don't
Okay.
like fast talkers.
For the viewers, for the reference, if you have not been following up on the Daily Trumpet, the broadsheets released on our Twitter page, today, or this evening as it is now, is the 1st of Hammer. It is the first day of the month, it is the first day of the new year, and as it turns out, it is the first day of the 16th century Dale Reckoning. This is the night of the moon sphere. The night of the full moon.
It'll be fine.
So, can I have some perception checks from everybody, please?
Oh, say less. Perception.
Oh, amazing.
Nice
6.
spicy 20. Critical.
How?
Did you
Ooh.
roll a 20 for your first roll?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes.
Because I was
Nat 20.
because I was trapped on the other side of the country for the orientation session. Quickly tell me how to roll this
Oh.
through this.
This is
arcane
true.
Device.
You
Our
hit
cleric
the
was
number-
trapped.
You just hit the number and it should automatically roll dice for you on D&D.
There'll be a plus 2, plus 3, whatever. There you go.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Okay.
You got a sharp eye.
Where
So,
am I looking again?
I know,
Uh,
right?
Real quick, can I also do an insight on the fast talking little dude?
let's see it.
I don't trust him.
I'm going to ready my hand crossbow. I just have my hand
Okay.
inside my jacket just in case.
Okay, so this halfling is what is referred to in the watch as a concerned citizen, and he really does. You know, more and more people in the group now are starting to get this feeling like, yeah, this little dude's legit. He does seem to know enough about magic. He certainly can cast that cantrip, and it's probably worth. He's not trying to hoodwink you, at least.
Yeah.
So. Most of the party, Philia, you're a little bit lost in the crowd. You're just a little bit too excited. Nixie, the crowd's pressing in on you. That's just gross. Large, unwashed swath of humanity. But the menfolk, the rest of the party of the patrol,
One moment.
just catches the group of men turning right to the north. Just down by one of the inns on the Way of the Dragon. This is the bottom end of Slop Street, one of the major interior roads of the Southern Ward.
I turn and I look at Ornipus and I say, should I get closer? And then you guys stay here and I'll yell back if something happens.
I guess I'll follow you up there. better more than one person. Just in case.
I think that's good. If you need anything, we'd be back here.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I guess
Okay,
we'll push forward.
one moment.
Back in the crowd, you see a 4-foot-tall fawn just like pop above the crowd. Like,
Fuck yeah.
nope, just wait for me. Little antlers.
Okay. As you turn into the alleyway of Slop Street, you just make out the backs of a small group of men heading around this corner. The gentleman who rolled 20 or higher, so Charisse, on their perception checks, I should say. So Gabriel, Charisse, you guys just think you see as the last guy turns around the corner. You see him just glance over his shoulder, and it's quite possible you guys have just been made.
What's the light level out here right now?
It's dim. These houses either side of the street are 3 to 4 stories tall. They tend to be shop fronts at ground level and then just stacked in tenement blocks, apartments. Not very high quality. It's just squeeze as many people in as you can. So the light really only hits the pavestones an hour before and past midday.
Okay. So it's pretty dim. I'm
gonna step forward and yell out, "Excuse me," to the people that are trying to ease on down the street.
Okay.
I'm going to cast a minor illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna conjure up an image of like a crate in the middle of, like, as close to them as I can, and like so that it's still in plain view. And it's like, gentlemen, I think you dropped something.
Okay. So a crate sort of appears around the corner, just before the corner here, and that last member of the group that you saw sticks his head back around the corner and goes and vanishes again.
They don't have crates on there.
Do I still have an eye on him?
Sorry?
Do I still have like sight of them, or no? Like they're already around the corner and they're gone from me.
They're out of sight.
Okay.
The street at this point looks abandoned, as far as you can see from your view.
All right.
Do we have any parchment on us by chance? Like as part of...
Yes, I would say you would have a few sheets tucked into a pouch somewhere.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to take out a sheet of parchment, and I want to pick up a stone from the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll up the parchment into a tube. I'm going to drop the stone into the bottom of the thing and hold it at the bottom of the tube, and I'm going to cast light on the stone so it creates a focused beam of light like a flashlight. And then I'm going to roll up on these guys around the corner, make sure to flash it in their eyes like a cop would.
Okay. So...
And up
Therese?
here, you always have it up here.
Oh, yeah, like the
Takes a
mag
shot
light.
at it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mag light
yeah.
situation.
If someone shoots at the light, you want it over here, not like right in front of you.
Not right here.
Okay.
Want to be a unicorn? It could be right here. It's a great idea.
So you all stand around as Charisse just starts MacGyvering a torch out of a scroll, a paper, and a cantrip, and marches off towards the corner. Who is responding and how?
I'm going to... okay. So I'm going to try to dash up to where they are.
Okay.
See if I can get a lock on one of them, and I'm going to use my stalker's mark on them.
Okay, so what are we thinking here? Like up to the corner, out wide? What are you thinking?
The corner and then peek around, just so I can get an eye lock on somebody.
Okay, so you're going to use a Gabriel. There you are. Gabriel's going to use a dash action, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10 feet of movement left over. We're going to pause that here just to see if anyone else wants to respond in this moment.
Yeah, Ophelia's following as far as she can and as close as she can to the person at the front.
To Gabriel, okay.
I have a 35 walking.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll put you almost at Gabriel on Gabriel's shoes.
Excellent. She's just like slightly behind him, using him as a shield.
Doing the Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I pull out my hand crossbow and I look at Orno. I go, Orno, what are we doing?
I was gonna run up next to Flashlight, kind of be the strong, intimidating, like that buffed up that that's
Okay.
putting down that energy of what the fuck is going on here, boys.
Okay, so we will have... I'm guessing Charisse will be wanting to keep pace with Gabriel then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Donovan, would you say that you're exuding big, about to commit a hate crime vibes?
Oh god, big and yeah.
Oh no, I don't like this. Gabriel's also black in the world as well, so he feels a little confused. Not exactly why. He's just like, I don't know why I don't like this.
I'm going to dash up to that cart, if I can, and just kind of take cover behind it with my crossbow.
Okay, so we'll get up to about here just for now. So you're going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nixie?
I'm gonna dash up, probably just behind him, kind of like in the corner where that roof is. Just where I'm right there, over
About
to the
here?
right.
Yep, okay.
There we go.
So you guys can certainly dash up to there. So, as Gabriel sticks his head around the corner, he comes face to face with 5 bandits.
Oh.
Check.
Nailed it.
Here we fucking go.
Of course,
We're all
it's me.
over this.
Of course, it's me. That turns the corner looking at his chest. Face, nose right on his pecs. Oh.
This is not where I parked my cart.
You are rather sturdily built.
Well, we got nosy.
Ladies and gentlemen, my 3 favorite words. Roll for initiative.
Okay.
Okay, newbies to D&D Beyond. Initiative
Ooh.
Oh.
by the armor class, which looks like a shield.
Oh.
21.
21.
At least you got a good one.
Got a 19. Okay, I'm scared. Probably gonna get a 4. Let's go.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put these into the handy dandy D&D Beyond combat tracker. No, they did not pay me to say that.
If you're listening to D&D Beyond, you totally can pay us to say that, though. We'd have no problem.
If they wanted to pay us to talk up how good their rolling system, their encounter track builder, their combat tracker, I could be persuaded.
Talking about
Easily.
D&D Beyond, has everyone found the initiative roll on their sheet?
Oh,
I did.
I think Jin did a nature check, which is
where the hell is it?
fine.
So
You can if you want.
If you see your charisma score on the top row, which should
Okay.
be it, then
Okay.
along 1 is proficiency, down 1 is initiative.
Okay, there we
Which one
go.
you wanna press. There you go.
Oh, hell yeah. It's not bad.
Ooh.
18, not bad.
Numbers, guys.
Okay.
Big numbers.
Okay, now, unfortunately, these lads were prepared.
Yeah, they were.
Of course they were.
So, I'm afraid at this point, this is where they get their surprise round.
Oh, great.
Fantastic. I'd assume
Sweeney, you find yourself, Gabriel, finds yourself coming face to face, looking straight down the nose of a light crossbow being held one-handed. The guy's slightly surprised to find himself. The guy's very surprised to find himself nose to nose with somebody, and manages. So he rolls a disadvantage on account of using a ranged weapon at point blank range, and he gets a 5 and a 1, and he confirms the critical. We're off to a great start. Confirms the critical. The crossbow misfires, and he takes 2 points of damage as the arrow flicks back over his shoulder, taking a gouge out of his neck. Okay, so he will take damage. Next up is Bandit. Oh, sorry, I got my my tokens back to front. Number 2, seeing this happen, looks between a scimitar in his hand and a crossbow in his other hand and goes, nah, and charges forward. Bursts past his mate and just comes swinging straight down, using the corner of the building as a guide. And that is going to be a 14 to hit at Gabriel.
That is going to be a fantastic miss.
Okay, also, now that we finish everyone's turns, this is at about the point where everyone would have got to as they as the ambush was sprung.
Okay.
So,
Shit.
Bandit number 2 is going to miss. Bandit number 3, seeing what looks to be archers running for cover, is going to level his crossbow, aim it at Tenzo. Now, Tenzo, having being behind the cart, you will get 3/4 cover, which is a +5 to your AC. This bandit has rolled a 21 to hit. Now, with your +5 cover, do you use with your +5 cover? Do you get hit or not?
I do.
Okay. So that will be.
Boom.
You will take. Cursed dice. You take 5 points of damage as a crossbow bolt sinks into the fleshy part of your butt, just as you're diving for cover.
Something jumped up and bit me.
I turn around and go, Nixie, pull it out!
God damn it, not again! Again? This is like the third time this week, man.
It went through both cheeks!
Alright. Stop whining. Don't move. This is gonna hurt like hell. 1, 2, 3. It's a good thing you got a fat ass.
Bandit 4 starts charging, and he's going to come straight at you, Charisse. Slightly blinded by the torch, but comes with a nice diagonal slice that's hoping to mitigate that.
Can I use a bonus action?
This is a surprise round, as you guys have been taken by surprise. So at the moment, no.
Okay.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits me, yeah.
Okay. And that's going to be 4 points of slashing damage as it comes straight down the front of your armor, and the tip just sort of sinks in a little bit. Just the tip. But you feel it sinking in, taking a bit of a gash out of you.
The tip can do a lot of damage, I know.
Only if you leave it in. That's all you need, man. It's a whole life right there.
And our last bandit is going to take a shot at Nixie.
Ah, shit.
At this point, I would say you have half cover, so I believe that's +3 to your armor class.
Okay.
So, taking aim with his light crossbow, he fires for 15.
Ow. Nothing. No?
No? 15 doesn't
Nope.
hit?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
it does. I got grazed on the arm.
Okay.
Just
So
a little
that-
graze.
Just a little one? Okay,
Well-
so it just hits, and that's going to be 3 points of piercing damage as that just flies through your bicep. Just a bit of a graze, but could turn septic.
Yep,
Dixie
for
had
sure.
Careful there.
She had +5, right?
+3 because she's
plus
she's got half cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, and that brings us to the top of the round, which is Gabriel. Tenzo,
Alright.
you're next up on deck.
All right, I am going to. Number 1 is the one that shot at me and missed, right?
That's correct.
And you hurt yourself, so I'm going to use my bonus action to mark him with my my hunter's mark or stalker's mark,
Stalker's Mark, yes, we'll explain that one to the chat in a minute.
and then I'm going to take out my nice little saber, give it a little flourish, and try to cut him. Try not to murder him. Non-lethal damage if possible.
Non-lethal if possible. Okay.
And we're gonna roll. Let's see, big money, big money. Ooh, I got 12 to hit.
12 to hit, big money, just whammies. 12
Yes.
will just hit.
All right.
As most of the D&D players in the chat will know, ties go to the die, and now you know what their armor class is. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll your damage on that, Sween.
Okay, we got that plus a nice little D fizzy, and roll. So I got 5 plus 3 plus 4, so that's going to be 11.
That's 12. That's 12. 9 plus 3.
You're right. You're correct.
Because it's in the D&D log. Sorry,
Alright.
the D&D Beyond log. So, with 12 points of non-lethal damage, Gabriel whips out his scimitar, gives it a flourish around, and then just backhands the side of the blade square into this dude's head. And you feel this meaty whomp with the sound of a clang! And look over, and Gabriel's just standing there, the blade of his rapier, of his scimitar, just sort of as this guy just hits the wall and slumps down unconscious.
Oh,
Nice.
We'll just move him like slightly under the building so you know he's taken care of.
like Invader Zim with a little kid. That was no way.
Nah.
Mhm.
Yep. So
would my movement invoke an opportunity of attack?
it would invoke an opportunity of attack from this fellow right here because he ran up to attack you with the saber.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay where I am, and I'm in my turn there.
Okay. That brings us to Bandit B or Bandit 2 because different naming conventions. Don't worry, I'll adjust. He just saw you absolutely murk his friend into oblivion, and with a slight panic, he's going to throw his scimitar in your direction, and that's going to be a 17.
That makes contact.
Okay. So that's going to be 4 points of slashing damage. He, as you've got your arm out, looking very heroic, he just manages to catch you across the shoulder. You can feel a bit of blood flowing.
I felt that. I'm gonna look at him rather upsetly as he does that.
Yep.
Turn
Okay.
Slightly
Right.
perturbed, a little concerned.
He took away like 1/4 of my existence, so I'm just gonna stare at him really angrily.
A disapproving glare.
Okay, this bandit's like, I totally nailed that guy. I'm gonna finish him off, and his bolt is gonna go completely wide. Yeah, Tenzo, you've kind of learned your lesson. You're still bent over getting a bolt pulled out of your ass, so it just sort of flies over your head. It's not hitting. Bandit number 4 now going to have another go at Charisse, but that's only going to be an 11. I'm going to guess, Charisse, that's not hitting you.
No.
So
all right.
you sort of see it coming, and you just duck out of the side, glances off your shoulder plate. That's what the shoulder plate's there for. You don't even feel it. Which leaves us with our final bandit, who's sort of looking at all this action going down, sees a big guy and thinks, yeah, I'm going to take him.
So initially I got just the tip, and now I don't even feel it. This is not
You
going
sound like my wife.
Dang. That's not a gun. That's my wife.
Your wife be taking tips from everybody in town, dude.
Everyone.
Ornipos, you looking through the fracas and see a fellow taking aim at you, and he's like, I can see this coming a mile off, and as it comes straight towards your head, you just like, nope. Give him a bit of a...
You done fucked up, kid.
Oh, yeah, he did. Which now brings us Philia. And Charisse, you're up next.
So, I can, if I step to the right, I can see through my party members in front of me?
You absolutely can, yes.
Okay, so she's gonna move so she has the vantage point.
We'll move you about 20 feet out that way.
And then she's gonna kind of draw back, and light blue energy appears in her hands, and then she casts Ray of Frost at the hardiest guy standing, if there is anyone who's less hurt in the group that she can see.
Okay, well, pretty much the entire front... Well, this guy's just slumped against the ground with a purple welt forming on either side of his head, one from the saber and one from the building wall. But these two fellows look pretty much untouched.
Well, she rolled a 1 for a 7 to hit.
Okay, so you're gonna try to aim for both of them, and as you would expect, you aim for both and you go straight through the middle. So you kind of see a bolt of frost go shooting straight through these two, past this other fellow, and hits the lamppost and just doesn't quite hit the light, but the whole post itself frozen solid.
She's standing at the back, and she's like, "That's what I meant to hit. I did. It was on purpose." That's my turn.
Okay, Charisse, you're up.
What kind of action would it be to just drop something? Is that an action, or is that just something free I could do?
I would say dropping something is a free action.
Okay, I'm going to drop my rolled up piece of paper so that everything comes open. So now instead of a focused beam of light, it's just a flash of light.
Yep.
And then I'm going to nunchuck the one right in front of me who's been giving me such an unsatisfying experience up to this point.
Okay, the Cleric of Warkeen pulls out a very exotic-looking weapon that was probably traded somewhere, appropriate for a Cleric of Warkeen. Go ahead and take your swing. That's a dirty 20. That will absolutely hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay. So...
Oh wait, it's a finesse weapon, isn't it?
Yes, so you should be rolling that with your dexterity.
Right.
So we'll just switch out that +1 for a plus what?
3.
3. So that's 4 points of damage as Charisse.
Yeah.
What? Anywhere else would probably be considered offensive, but in Waterdeep, they're just like, that must be the magic word. I don't know.
Obviously.
Absolutely batters this fellow around the head for 5 points of damage. That's D, so... And you see, this guy's like... there's probably a concussion there at the very least. Nixie, you're up, and then Ornipos, it'll be your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna have to step over Tenzo's wounded ass, literally. So I'm gonna sneak.
Yep.
And
So give
I am.
me a hiding check. Bearing in mind, they do know you're there.
They know I'm there, so I'm just gonna kind of peek just right underneath the handle. So I'm gonna be crouched down under there.
Okay.
Don't know if they notice me or not. But I'm going to take out my crossbow hand, and I am going to aim it at this guy with the bow staff. Which one?
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, I've tried to make what I'm going to do. We're just going to zoom in on the battle a little bit. And
Okay, that's better. I can see people.
Pretty luscious.
Okay, so this fucker
I'm
right
taking
here.
care of you folks.
I have a better sight on him, so I'm gonna take out my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to roll 12.
12 will
4
just
damage. 4 damage.
No, that was to hit, so that means you hit him, and then you roll again for damage on the...
She did that, so
I did that.
12 to hit, and then
What?
4 plus 4 damage.
I apologize.
It might not have showed up
That's
on your
okay.
feed yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Did she get sneak attack by any chance or no? Because she is a rogue.
Yeah, I did that first.
Slightly out of
Okay.
order, but she did it. She rolled.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 8 points of damage,
That's 12, including sneak attack.
Yeah, it
including
is.
sneak attack. That's 12. Okay.
Yeah.
In a true style that you've come to know and love from Nixie, Nixie just sort of sticks her head around the corner with a hand crossbow. That's the chin. Let's just adjust like straight through the jugular.
In the
Oh,
neck, right there.
no.
Always
And,
in the jugular.
My boy here just falls completely dead on the floor. I don't really have ways to switch these guys to... You know what? We'll just turn his opacity down.
That works.
He's
Got
dead.
him.
But he's phantasmal because he's got shot in the throat. So
Yep,
Shut.
yep. His body is here, but his spirit has left. He's
Yeah.
only half in now.
He's already.
Ornipos.
He is
Yeah.
an ex-bandit.
Yes, he is.
Now,
Got him.
what would I need to do to try and run up on one of these guys and kind of hold him in a hostage chokehold kind of thing?
Okay, for that you would pick your target. You can barrel straight up, shortest point to shortest distance, straight line, and all that. You can step around. Once you got your target, you will roll an opposed strength check. So you roll a strength check, and then I roll a strength check for the bandit, and that is a grapple attempt. And
Okay.
if you win that strength check, then you have him in a bear hug. You have him in a full half Nelson, whatever.
Gotcha. That's what I want to try and do. I want to pick probably the closest one to us.
Okay, so Ornipos is just like, yeah, fuck out of my way, barrels through and just runs up to this dude. Go ahead and just click on the your strengths, the plus number directly above your strengths.
Yep.
Oh,
ooh, baby.
okay. What's this guy's? +0, I see. Okay, so this guy
Damn.
sees it coming and he's like, yeah, all right, let's yeah, and you just grab him. You're like, I don't give a fuck. Arms
Yeah.
around, bear hug. He looks up and you just sees this like... It was at this point, bandit number 3 realized he had fucked up.
He is.
Bandit number 2, sorry. So bandit number 2 is now considered grappled. Any attacks made against him are made with advantage. That is, for you guys, you right-click on the number and it'll bring up a small menu. You click advantage. For everyone else at tables, roll 2, keep the highest. And that brings us back up to the top of the round.
I think I got skipped.
I think you did too.
Yeah.
I had a 21 in initiative.
Because you were at the top and... Okay, I apologize. I
No
got
problem.
very little sleep last night. I finished the
worry,
map,
take
went to
time.
bed, stared at the ceiling for about 4 hours going... So, Tenzo, we'll give you your turn right now.
Okay, so I just have the arrow pulled out, and then I reach into my jacket and I pull out my paintbrush, which is my arcane focus, and I take a swipe on my arm, and my paintbrush changes colors, and then I cast Cure Wounds on myself, and I paint over the arrow hole or the crossbow bolt hole for. Let's see here.
You just painted an ass into existence. That's
I'm back at
Oh, your ass.
I'm at full health.
Oh, only a part.
Hey.
Nice.
So, this is the first time you've all been thrown together in a unit, but you all know each other. Nixie, you've often told Tenzo what he can do with his paintbrush. I think this is the first time you've actually seen him do it.
Yeah. I never thought I'd actually see it. Fuck.
Which brings us back to top of the round, which is Gabriel. And then Tenzo is next.
All right. I am going to, since Donnie's holding that guy ever so tightly, I'm going to remove my Stalker's Mark from the first target over to the guy that Ornipus is holding ever so tightly. And I'm going to go for another swing on him, attempting not to kill him because I want to question him at least.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So go ahead, roll your attack.
Right. Advantage. Okay, so I got 19 for the highest.
Ooh.
Yeah, 19's going to hit. Go ahead, roll your damage, add your Stalker's Mark. Again, we'll explain Stalker's Mark after the combat.
Let me get a nice little roll, get a nice little damage.
It's just when you swallow the bandits with like a set of binoculars from 100 meters away. Stalker's Mark.
So that's a grand total of 13 damage. And honestly, this one's easy. This one's just lined up for you, you know? You just, again, turn that blade sideways, straight up over the head, and it looks like something out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. Just dong, straight down over him. Ornipus, you've got this guy in a bear hug, and he just sort of slithers straight down like a dead weight.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna look at Ornipus and give him like kind of a stoic like head nod, like.
I'm just gonna give you a straight, what? Okay, you did your job. I'm not very impressed. I was holding him.
Well, this is gonna be fucking hilarious.
Okay. Tenzo, now you're up.
All right, so I'm going to stand up, and I think the guy that's closest to us, that was the one that shot me, right?
It was actually the guy right up the very back, but in the heat of battle, might be hard to tell.
Yeah, so I'm just angry, so I'm seeing red. I push my sleeve up to show my magic mark on my arm and cast magic weapon as I aim my hand crossbow at him. And
apologies.
Looks like
my battle map, my fancy battle map program just died. It will be back.
Incredible.
You wanna wait?
Okay, so that's okay. What are you casting?
Magic weapon. I get to cast it for free as part of my racial trait. So my arm starts to glow like teal, and then the hand crossbow starts to glow too. And I'm just gonna aim at the guy that's closest to me.
Okay, so that will be Bandit C. Go ahead and roll your attack. We might just have to theater of the mind for a few minutes. Now everyone can see my my highly advanced battle map software.
I'm just
go ahead and roll your attack.
As I shoot, I'm just like, you're gonna shoot me with a crossbow? It was an 11.
Fortunately, you're seeing red and just that slight tremor. Look, you could have pierced his ear. You swear you could have pierced his ear. But unfortunately, you just didn't. Meanwhile, a fellow who just almost had his ear pierced is like, oh, you're going to try and kill me, are you? And that's going to be
I'll kill
an 11 to hit.
That misses.
Someone tries to kill you, you try and kill him right back. Okay. And fellow up the back who just saw his friend take a bolt to the throat, he's going to line up his light crossbow. It's gunfights going on out here. He's going to take aim at Nixie. That's going to be a 9. So that just ain't going to happen. Nixie, you just hear this in the background somewhere as a bolt hits the cart.
Okay. The hell was that?
It's not much. I had everything preloaded as of last night, and now, no, I just gotta...
It's okay. Swing and a miss from this guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing?
That takes us to Felia. Felia, you're now looking at 1 very dead bandit and 2 just laying unconscious. There are 2 remaining. 1 looks slightly bloodied.
He's a little concussed.
A little.
Little concussed. He's seeing double, and he's like, I know I've been hit hard, because that motherfucker's got goat legs.
Hooves.
Hooves.
So, Philia, as long as we're still going theatre of the mind, what are you doing?
Okay, so there was
I'll have the map
guy-
back up in a moment.
There was a guy up the back, right? Is he still standing?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
he's
I
the
think
one
so.
who remains untouched.
Excellent. Okay, so she's going to try for another spell, and she's going to cast Chaos Bolt.
All right, give me an
Magic.
attack roll for Chaos Bolt.
So a ball of black energy appears between her hands, and she rolls 24 to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that hits and then some. Go
Oh,
ahead and roll.
Okay. So it's 2d8 to roll, and then I choose one of those, and it gives me the damage type. 7 and 11.
We'll get our map
okay,
back
so we're gonna
just in
use-
time.
Poison damage, so that's 2d8 plus d6. Okay, so she rolled 9 damage, and as she casts the spell, you notice that glyphs and equations start hovering around her skin, and they're all an icy blue color. Seems normal to her. She's just vibing.
Okay. So you guys see this streak of this purple ball come winding out, shooting across, hits this guy, and he just sort of staggers, and you see a bit of vomit trickling out of his mouth, and all the lines of you can see just purple veins coming out, black. He staggers, and then he sort of readies his crossbow and aims it back at you, Philia, but he's wobbling on his feet. He's still like cold sweat. It's nasty. That now brings us to Charisse. Charisse, you're up. There is one fellow standing in front of you that is awfully he looks quite concussed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. I think maybe we just double concuss him. Right?
Okay.
I mean, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I don't think anyone else in the party has taken any significant damage. The only one who did already healed.
He's already healed himself. Yep.
Oh,
Good as new.
I think we're good. And it's just 2 guys left, right? So
Yeah, there's a fellow up the back who looks like he's about to shit himself to death. And then there's the fellow in front of you who's just sort of standing there looking kind of concussed.
okay, I'm gonna
And then
see
there's
if I
2.
can double concuss him here real quick.
Shitting himself to death is how Elvis went out.
19 will definitely hit. Go ahead, roll your damage. Don't forget to make it a dexterity damage.
How do I change it over?
Okay, at this point, I'm going to say we'll do it manually. We'll need to build the nunchuck as a variant weapon. So go ahead, roll a d4. You'll see the red d20 at the bottom left of your screen.
Okay.
Click that.
Okay.
And then click a d4, and then click on roll. And then we add 4 for your dexterity to that.
It's only +3.
+3? Okay, well that's 5 damage. And that is... again, now, you can actually hear the sound of the skull cracking.
Nice.
He's alive, but it doesn't take a high medicine skill to see that he's probably got brain damage. A little bit of drool starts to come from his mouth.
Oh.
He sort of starts staggering a little bit. You know, he's
Damn.
yeah.
He must have just got
You turned him
paralyzed.
into Ricky Berwick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just crawling around.
I was gonna go there. And Nixie, that that brings us back to you. You now
Okay.
have this fellow here who sort of now looks like the new town idiot, and this fellow here who's, you know, just cold sweat, pale white. He's on deathbed from poison.
Let's just take him out. Like, I can't stand watching the poor bastard. He just needs to just die already. So, what I'm gonna do is I am going to come out from around that wheel from where I'm at. Let's see. We're just gonna kind of stand. We're gonna kind of stand. All right. I'm gonna go around the corner. I'm gonna corner it, and we're gonna go. How much more can I dash?
1, 2, 3. So you got about 3 more squares left.
Okay. I'll just stay put right here, and I'm just gonna take out my longbow.
Right. Yep.
I'm gonna pull it out because he's got to go. I can't stand it. It's just annoying. It's not that I care that he's dying. I just can't stand it.
Yep.
So
He's
pull
dying
out my
ugly.
longbow.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we got a 9 damage, 21. So I pretty much say another jugular shot.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's a
Take that.
shot straight through the throat. This guy's like, oh god, I want to die. Thank you.
I'm doing you a favor, dude. You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah. This dude just sort of fades out of existence. You know.
You just Thanos that way.
It's like
Yeah, just-
die. They turn into nothing.
There you go.
So at this
He
point
doesn't-
now, you see that there are 2 people who are very, very dead. You've got 2 guys laying completely sprawled out, like, you know, cheeks smushed against the cobblestone, and then you've got this fellow who's just sort of staring dumbly, like, "Can I go home now?"
Yep.
Do
So
we
for
wanna
the sake
keep
of that,
Either of these
Yeah, I
guys
think
we're
we'll-
questioning at this point.
That's what I was wondering.
We have
Because
we have
Can
2
we pacify the simple one?
we only need one. We only need to question one of them.
But we don't have to kill all of them. I'm just saying.
We only need one.
I'm up for a murder. But
Or we can put one in one room for questioning and one in the other room for questioning, and we can tell the other one that the other one flipped on them, and then
I
that'll
like
get
that.
us the answers
Bad
we
cop,
want.
good cop.
Oh
Yep.
no! Good
Is
cop,
this
bad
happening?
cop.
Is this conversation happening mid-fight?
No.
I like to imagine it is.
Yes. No, because you're all yelling at me because basically I'm just killing everybody.
Oh no, like I don't care if you kill them. Like I'd help you kill them. If I
We just, I'd say we only need one. We only need one. We don't need two. One.
5 guys jumping in the street. You are allowed to use some sort of lethal, damage, So
Exactly.
Okay.
Keep one.
So we can use lethal damage. All right. So let's just say we don't need to kill anybody else. So let's just knock this guy's brains a Digimon. He's gone. He's no longer in the building. He's left. All right. So let's just knock him out and then drag him along with us.
I'm gonna nickname you Digimon.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Yeah, who's next up?
That's it. At this point, initiative is over. You have 2 dead bodies, 2 unconscious bodies, and a guy who's drooling on his shirt.
I'm gonna go get my arrows back. I kind of need that shit, so I'm gonna go pull them out. I'm over there with my foot on their heads.
Let's see what was in the cart that was so important.
Yeah, let's give it an investigation.
I run over to the guy that shot me and I just kick him. I kick his dead body.
Fair, yes.
I would like to point out that I licked the tip of the arrow before I put it back in my bag.
That's just not sanitary.
Hot. Okay. Yep.
Hey, don't do that.
I'm gonna give her like a super.
Oh, whatever.
The guy was dying of poison. Are you sure you want to do this?
On one of them, I had 2 kills. Remember?
Okay, so you lick this guy's arrow, and this one you're just like, yeah, no, that can go on the pants. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm wiping it out on my pants. They're already. I mean, all good.
I'm just gonna go and investigate the cart that they were so passionate about getting away from us.
That's the thing. The cart's not there. There were 6 people in the group, and you only got jumped by 5.
Oh.
Okay. What can I do? What can I do?
So that's where the interrogation comes in, right?
Bum, 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 bum.
Nixie fired around the cart at one point.
Yeah.
No, that cart was already there.
Oh, that's not the cart?
No, that's not the cart. That cart was already there.
Oh, I thought it was
vanished. I apologize. That's my bad for adding a cart. I thought this would be nice. The range people can have cover.
Yeah.
They're facing a cart. It makes perfect sense now.
Okay.
Well then.
Can I use a survival check to be able to have an idea of where they're heading or where they've gone so far with the cart?
I would say give me an investigation check. Survival's more like being able to find clean drinking water, navigate via the stars, stuff like that.
Investigation.
To know your difference between your mushrooms.
Nah.
Very important.
If it's blue, it's good for you. If it's black, put it back.
I almost got a nat 20, but ended up being a 2. So I got 3.
Okay. Yeah, look, you can see the street's not like slush and mud the way the main street was, but Slop Street's still one of the main interior streets. You can make out fresh cart tracks in patches of mud over the next 50, 60 feet. They've headed further up.
So that ain't further up. I say we go look for them.
Yeah.
We can stay. Someone can stay here, I guess, or some of us can carry the people that are the ones that are like half dead here.
Well, we only need to take one unconscious guy, right? So just carry one unconscious bandit with us.
All right, so carry one of them, leave the other ones to be, I don't know.
Okay, so
by birds.
We need to get
Is that cart empty?
You remember that as Watchman, that card is empty. You've all been issued with a whistle. Obviously, for the chat, I wasn't going to issue these guys with like Waterdeep City Watch handbooks. We just agreed occasionally I was going to drop some knowledge on them that they'd be like, yeah, I remember now. You blow on the whistle, and any City Watch members or patrols, they come running. So you don't even need to process these guys.
I loot the guy that I've been kicking.
Yeah, I've been digging through everybody's pockets.
Okay.
We're gonna rob.
You're gonna shoot me with the crossbow? I'm gonna take your gold, dumb. I'm just.
I have keys. I don't know what they're for, but
I take
I'll
his
hang on
shoes.
to them.
Okay,
Those are my
Donovan.
shoes.
Onipus, you find a grand total of 7 silver pieces, called shards, and 16 copper pieces, called nibs. These guys
Fuck
are ballers.
Okay.
Damn. I know who's
So-
buying drinks tonight. Shit.
You are. I'm not. This is mine.
Oh hell no.
You still
Is
owe
that
me.
on each guy, or is that the all of them?
No, that's the total. Like I said, these guys are ballers,
Altogether.
man. Yeah, all together. Tenzo, you find a light crossbow and a scimitar on the guy who was attacking you. Neither are very good quality, but they're there.
Yeah, I just throw it in the gutter and I take his shoes.
Okay. Put down, like, worn, ratty, muddy cloth shoes.
They're not even nice shoes. Why are you
Oh.
taking them?
Oh
They're like
yeah, I'm
garbage
looking at
shoes.
them. I'm looking at them like, I don't even want these either, and I throw them. I
It's-
toss those.
These guys all seem to shop from the same store, you know? Like, they're all wearing the
Right.
same sort of dirty clothes. The scimitars were bought at, like, at a dollar store for a dozen a piece, you know? There's not a lot of originality in these guys.
Before we leave,
Well, this seems like something that's right up me and my boys' alley, because that's the shit that we used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way that we could jog my memory to see if they're rolling with anybody that
Okay.
we would know?
Ooh, that was
Yes, actually,
good
Ornipus,
gameplay.
give me a history check, please.
Gotcha. A 14?
A 14. These guys, you recognize some of the tattoos on them. These guys roll with a mob called the Bull Elk Gang.
Oh,
The
okay.
Bull Elk Tribe. They have been around Waterdeep for a couple of 100 years, but they got muscled out and largely chain ganged into working for the Xanathar Thieves Guild, which you would know. All of you know the Xanathar's Thieves Guild as the biggest organized crime organization native to Waterdeep. Ornipos, you might have seen one or two of these guys around many years ago.
Yep.
Now, last year, something went down in the city. You're not sure what. It was all hush-hush. Adventurers were involved. But the Xanathar's Guild, the Zentarum Network, all of the two biggest criminal organizations were fighting each other. And then they just sort of vanished. They're still there, but they're not making scenes. They're trying to keep their heads low.
Right.
It's very odd for the Bull Elk tribe to be out doing their own thing without some sort of Xanathar guy overseeing them.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd.
That does get me curious.
Orny, you recognize any of these dudes?
Not offhand, but I know the crews they're rolling with, and it's a little odd that they're doing this in the middle of now.
It must be incredibly valuable product that they're moving, so we should try and track down that wagon.
Yeah, we should go for it.
Can I make an investigation roll to try and track down the wagon specifically? Like, if they're hurrying and we got a bunch of slush or something like that, you're gonna see like wheels that slide around, or when someone takes a corner, it's gonna look really sloppy.
Yep. Okay. Give me an investigation roll.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah. That's gonna cut it, you know.
Got that 22.
So the tracks lead you further up Slop Street, another couple of blocks. They take you up an alleyway called Coach's Crescent, and that's when you see it actually turn back on itself into a small cul-de-sac, which is known as Coach's Close. And again, it's old warehouses, and the tracks stop in front of an old tenement building. with that, we're going to close this map. We don't need to save the changes to that. There are a pair of double doors just sort of slightly ajar. The building is 3 stories tall. The cart is still outside, just outside the door.
Does it still have a covering of things on it, or does it look?
Or is it empty?
Nope, the cart is empty. I just
Shit.
showed off all of the PDFs I purchased.
So,
Yeah, the cart is empty. There's no covering.
Hmm.
I'm gonna cast a spell real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn around and say, "Everybody, back up, back up." And then I turn around to Orny and say, "Hey, give me your cloak."
What are you planning on doing?
Yeah, I pull up my paintbrush, and from the ground up, I just kind of do like a spinning motion, and I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant. And so it's just an invisible force that I can control. So I'm gonna slap that cloak on the Unseen Servant.
Gotcha.
You made a ghost.
I made it
There
go.
is more room that you're all standing in, but it's just not there on the map.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna direct the Unseen Servant to go in ahead of us.
Okay. The door just creaks open slightly as a Doctor Strange style cloak that was previously on Ornipus just ducks into the gate, ducks in between these double doors, and you hear, "Hey, what's it?" And then slam, as a couple of crossbow bolts, tips, just appear on the outside of the double doors.
Hmm.
I think they're friendly.
Do you think they saw us?
I think.
I just turn around and I just start walking the other direction.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go around to the other end of the building. Just
Okay. So here's the thing. And again, this is my bad. There is the next building is actually like all the buildings are put side by side. There's no gap. I'm very sorry. That's on me.
That's alright.
Terrace housing. Got it.
Any windows?
There is a front window in front of where Thelia is, and there's a large shop window looking into what appears to be a fabric and dress store.
Okay.
They're close. We could get pretty close.
Yeah.
I am going to. Can I potentially open the window to the fabric store?
Unfortunately not. It seems to be like the set into the framework.
Okay. Can I break it?
You can. Give me a quick observation check.
Okay, so perception or investigation?
Perception, sorry.
Okay, no worries. 14.
14? Yeah. So
Is there any lock?
there is a woman standing here behind the counter looking somewhat more annoyed than scared. But she's looking at you guys in your City Watch uniforms going,
I'm gonna look her in her face, and then I'm gonna gesture like I'm gonna break the window. I'm gonna try to yell, I'm gonna break this window and come inside. I'm gonna break. I need to break this window to get in.
What's in the window next to where I'm at?
and gestures to the door of her shop.
So, you want me to break the door? so I'm gonna walk over to the door and just enter it.
Tenzo walks over and he just pulls out his crossbow and he aims it at the window.
All right.
I'm not even saying anything. I just stare at him. I just go.
The door's open.
Move out of the way.
The door's up with.
Turns a shade of white and just sort of puts her hands up, and she just stays there. Gabriel.
Guys, we are such amazing cops. This is going really well.
Very
Oh,
smooth.
we are. We're so good.
What's in this,
you can trust the popo, folks.
What's in the building next to where we're standing right now? Up the top 3 people here.
A couple of warehouses. A big warehouse. It's all like locks and chains on the front. So as you open the front door,
Shit.
there are 2 more, and they look frighteningly similar to the guys you got jumped by in Slop Street, but slightly different, trust me. But you can see sort of similar clothing, similar tattoos, and they're standing there with their crossbows up, like kind of ready, and they've got their scimitars out, and there's just this sort of floating Doctor Strange cloak just kind of staring at them. They're just looking at it like, that's not part of the plan.
Do they actually try to shoot it because he has a stat block?
Oh, okay. What's his AC?
I think it's like 12. Let me check.
That's a miss.
Oh, AC 10. Sorry.
Okay, so that's 1 hit. How many hit points does he have?
1.
Oh, there's a cloak on the floor.
Just sitting there.
Oh my god, they killed the ghost.
It was only 2 points. He only got 2 points of damage, but that was twice as much as he needed. So there's Ornipus's cloak is just laying on the floor.
Piece of outerwear, and it died nobly.
Cat has named him Clokey.
Remember you, Clokey. I'm going to walk in, and as soon as I notice them there, I'm going to take the dodge action, and I'm going to walk up and try to get inside of the store.
Okay, so you kick the door open and see these guys standing there, like just sort of staring at this cloak, like, what? They look up and you just roll yourself, spin through the door. The door is now open and you're just in the doorway.
Okay.
May I take an action?
You may.
All right. I'm going to peek in around the corner and I'm going to cast Command on whichever guy is right here in front of me. And
okay. For that, I think we will roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Just because this is sort of, you know that there's something going on now, so now we kind of need to know how fresh off the bat everyone is.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. I'm nervous.
Sick. I rolled my 5th one of the night.
Nice.
Go
Amazing.
I got a quick question. How much time has passed between the last encounter? Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, 15 at most.
All right.
Okay.
Short rest. Still a little scraped up. We got a clean 7 for initiative. Jackpot. Fantastic.
I got an 8. I'm not doing much better.
It's okay, guys. I'll save you. I have a 4.
I have a 5.
Oh my god, we all rolled terrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tenzo's got 19.
Good old Tenzo coming in a
Cost
clutch.
21.
Okay.
The lads will sort this out.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's tired from the fights. One in the chat said.
I already
Nah,
killed
I
2
think
people.
so.
I'm good.
I mean, I'm down to fuck, dude.
Just a giant orc in the doorway. I'm down to fuck.
Are his pants up or down?
Yeah. Because I want to know what's in here. I want to know what was so fucking valuable.
This is the City Watch. Hands up if you're DTF.
If you're not prepared to get shot.
Put your hands up and your pants down.
God. We're cops in this world. Oh my god. What kind
Yeah,
of,
we are.
What kind of place is this?
Ain't nobody ever said we weren't a little
Wait.
corrupt.
Aren't we off duty right now?
Nah, we're on duty. We left our post.
Oh, I thought Michael prefaced it with
The other fuckers were late, so we were in overtime, man. We're collecting OT right now. OT.
Time and a half.
Yeah, you guys
yeah.
are pretty much on overtime at this point.
I'm getting paid hella guap for killing people. Let's go.
Time and a
Okay,
half.
well-
Let's go.
This is why we're in the
First off-
union.
First up is Tenzo with his ridiculous roll and a slightly better dexterity than Ornipus.
Okay.
Now, bearing in mind, you would all sort of be gathered around here. You're not necessarily all like up against the wall, unless you want to be.
I'm totally up against the wall.
I am as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, same.
So are the
Okay.
doors? The doors aren't open, but they're like swinging doors.
They're sort of swinging now because Gabriel just walked in and went, "Huh, oh shit," and ducked into a storefront.
Okay, I am going to try to push a door open and shoot with my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Just guns
That's-
blazing.
That's magically enhanced.
It would, yes, it would still be up and running. So
In
there's
half.
still that faint teal glow to your hand crossbow.
Yep.
Go ahead and
And
make your roll.
with a 15, I'm pretty sure that hits,
15
right?
will hit. Yep. And
Okay.
4 points of damage.
Yep. And then I'm gonna just run a. Who's next in the initiative?
Ornipus?
Ornipus, look, it's hard to. It's not the sort of thing your character necessarily knows, but
Yeah.
Ornipus looks like up on the balls of his feet. He's ready to go. I'm just saying.
Okay, so I shoot, and then I dash to the. I don't necessarily dash, but I quickly run across, and I like slap him in. And there's like a shower of sparks as I give him bardic inspiration.
Hey.
yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to switch you guys around because now Ornipus, you're up.
Alright. I kind of want to come in there, just really taking them off guard, kind of scaring them a little bit. I kind of want to take the cloak off the ground and throw it at one so it's like covering one of the space and he's all fucking confused.
Surprise!
Oh,
Okay. You're probably going to want to be a bit closer to throw. I mean, the cloaks are sort of heavy, but you know, it'd sort of. So we'll give you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 30 feet, one of us just barges through the door, scoops down the cloak as he just strides forwards, angry motherfucker. And as he winds up to punch, and this guy's ready to block, cloak comes up. Just roll a d20, and we'll say add your dexterity to it.
Alright, so just.
It's a sort of an
D20.
improvised attack, yeah.
Okay.
Roll a d20 and then.
So yeah, you do that down the bottom left of the screen.
Gotcha.
19. Is that like 21?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, I have
Doesn't
a
matter.
+2.
Unless you are like completely immobilized and shaking, you'd need like a -7 to your dexterity to miss the guy.
Right.
So your cloak just goes straight over him. You don't actually do any damage, but we'll say this
Right.
guy is considered blinded and sort of semi-grappled to
Yeah.
He'll make a dexterity check against your custom roll when it's his turn.
Clokey is MVP.
He is.
Clokey is
It's coming in
MVP.
clutch.
Loki's powerful, dude.
Good Clokey. You good boy.
That-
I feel
that's
like
when
I'm
You
doing.
good boy.
I threw the cloak over the one guy, and I kind of make eye contact with the other guy. That's like you
Established
fucked up.
dominance. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy's like It's guys first off of the bandits and thinks, I might actually have fucked up. Yeah. And he's going to attack for 14 points of damage with a scimitar. So he's going to step forwards and make a straight thrust. What's your armor class?
16.
16. Yeah, you just slap the side of his blade out of the way contemptuously.
You fucking wish.
His blade away. That's so fucking
hell
bad.
yeah.
Yeah. He's like, why you making me gotta slap at you like that? Second bandit gets a 15. He's still struggling with the cloak. You can see he manages to get like an arm out and he's reaching across, but it's tangled around his other elbow and it's just not happening. Nope. And
I think Clokey should get DM inspiration.
We love Clokey.
Clokey's fucking great.
Clokey.
That brings us to Charisse. You're up.
All right, so I'm gonna peek around the corner. I'm gonna use. I don't know. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm pointing at.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
All right, I'm going to
Guide
cast
my mouse over there.
cast command on the guy that you're heading towards there. Not the cloakied one. That one. Yeah, there we go.
That one's being cloakied. This guy just had his scimitar slapped away and feels slightly embarrassed by it.
Yeah, so the scimitar slapper is the one I'm going to cast command on, and I'm going to say drop it, but drop is the operative thing. So the word is supernaturally weighted and echoes slightly.
Cool.
Disarm. Disarm. What is your spell save DC?
So we are looking at. Let me see. Here,
down where your actions
14.
are, you'll see 14. Thank you.
14.
He rolls a 13.
Right.
He glares at you for a minute, like, no, fuck. He looks at his scimitar. He looks at Ornipos. He looks back at you, and he's like, nope. He just throws his weapons down. He sort of brings his fists up, like, I'm still supposed to be fighting. I'm just not doing.
All right,
this
so
is not how I saw my day going.
Okay. All right. And then I guess I will move in to be beside my friend here.
Your associate. Yep.
Yeah.
30 feet will get you smack bang with the brandly newly made fisticuff guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm dealing with like 4 separate windows on 2 different screens, so bear with me. Gabriel, you are up.
Seeing all that happen, I'm going to pop out here. Pop out and try to run down. And I want to
go popping out again.
I want to attempt to leap over Ornipus and the other guy.
Okay, so you can move through an allied creature. You just can't end your turn in an allied creature's square. So you'll only need to try and leap over the first guy.
Gotcha.
Now, he's struggling with Clokey. Give me an acrobatics check, please.
My God, this guy would be hyper lit or super not lit. It's super not lit.
I can't wait to... Oh!
That was scary.
You managed to just get kind of lit, but not exactly. Okay, ties go to the die. He is thrashing about under Clokey, and he actually is like thrashes up through the spot you're gonna be leaping through, and you're like, okay, so you just plant both hands on his head and flip over him that way instead. Wasn't how you were gonna do it, but you pull it off and land directly behind him.
Would I be able to still get a slash at him?
I will say make your attack with disadvantage because you just pulled off some serious action movie shit, and it's got the word action in it.
He's been flanked
Alright.
though, right? So would it be a straight roll?
Oh, that's true.
Mhm.
That is
Okay,
very
okay.
true.
They got me.
Ah.
Make that without disadvantage, but without advantage.
It's suggest I'll roll.
Nice.
Okay, 18 will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Ooh, max damage, boys. For
I'm just gonna say
Hey.
we're fucking.
Here we
Oh
are.
hell yeah!
I like the animation of me flipping over someone and then slashing them while I do it. It seems real.
It's
animated
dope.
to me. Big fan.
Yeah, this is like some real like what Anakin wanted to do to Obi-Wan. And Gabriel doesn't get 3 of his limbs cut off and set on fire. Gabriel just flips over him, lands, and slashes straight up behind him. It's some anime shit, and you feel the tug, 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 tug of your saber blade as it goes right up the side of his spine.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
Cloaky's taken on a slight muddy red color in like a small strip onipus, but you know that's okay. Cloaky can be healed. Cloaky can be mended.
You know what? That's when I look at you and I remember how I said you had to earn my respect. You fucking earned my respect.
Mhm.
Because that was cool.
all right, he's
This
still
fellow,
standing?
however,
Oh no, he's
probably
gone.
can't be
He's
mended.
faded.
Yeah. You know, when you run the blade of a saber straight up next to someone's spine, they're not just
Yeah.
gonna walk it off, you know?
Mine loses.
just
walk
just
off.
wondering.
And just give me that look. That
Next up is Nixie, followed by Philia.
Okay, are these stairs?
These are stairs. And if you look at the way I carefully made each plank of wood a slightly different darker shade, this is the bottom, this is the top.
How do I
Look at you.
get to the top of those stairs?
You walk to here, and then you tell me you're going up the stairs, and you walk up there, and then you're at the top of the stairs.
All right, that's where I want to go. I'm walking upstairs. I'm just kind of like
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll say you can get to roughly the bottom of the
Okay.
stairs. Give me a perception check, please.
Oh no.
where is that?
Perception is one of your skills, so it'll be in that big list in the middle of the screen.
It's between nature and performance.
They're alphabetical.
Oh, okay. All
Alphabetical.
right. It's 3.
Okay,
Solid.
get to the bottom of the stairs. Life is good. Your
Alright.
your companions are fucking shit up. The boys are just wreaking damage. Philia, you're up next.
Yeah.
Philia pops her head around the corner, and so I can see a guy with a cloak on him that is now stained.
He's like in the process of falling to the ground, and Gabriel's in like this mad anime pose, like
Okay, but
Black
they're
Widow,
all-
all up in this shit.
They're all around them. So what Philia does is she just gets an angle on the cloak and casts prestidigitation and makes a smiley face appear on Cloaky.
In blood?
It's just like a picture of a smiley face because he's Cloaky now, so he's smiling.
Gabriel, you turn around looking over your shoulder like that was badass, and there's just this smiley face looking back at you like,
That's a 10. She's good.
okay. That brings us back to the top of the round, which is Tenzo.
Okay, so I am going to pop into the clothing shop. That's where that person was, right?
That's correct, yes.
Bards.
And I'm not necessarily popping in as I'm kicking in the door, and I'm just kind of wildly waving my magic hand crossbow around. So this is City Watch. Open up! What are you doing? And just being belligerent with my power.
I love that.
Okay, as you start bellowing City Watch, Nixie, you hear movement at the top of the stairs.
That's so attractive, Keegan.
Yes. What is that? Who is that? Is anybody up there?
Standing on the other side of the counter is the woman who had her hands back down, and they quickly go back up. He's like, "Do I look
Keep
like
those hands up!"
This poor lady. We're so
And
mean.
I run past her, and I'm gonna go to that other set of stairs.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. I'll give you like a diagonal for every 2 orthogonal. It just keeps you honest. 1, 2, 3. So that gets you to the bottom of the stairs, where this woman is now like cowering with her hands up in this corner here.
I yell, "Get on the ground! Keep your hands up!" Just to mess with her.
That's so mean.
I'm just gonna mess with her.
She's probably like 75 years old, man.
No, she's a young woman. She's actually not that bad looking. Tenzo, I think you destroyed any chances you had with her. But
Typical.
Hashtag AWAB.
I'm not even worried about it. I got a job to do.
All watchers bastards. Okay, that's your movement. That's pretty much it at this point. So
I'm out of spell slots. I'm gonna take out my sword, actually.
Okay. Also, just for reference, dropping stuff not that big a deal. But if you're going to draw a weapon or you're going to switch a weapon, that's actually an action.
Okay.
If
so
you want to switch weapons and then take a shot, what I'll do is allow you to make the attack as your bonus action, but it will be with disadvantage because you're like, you don't really have time to steady yourself. You're just like shooting from the hip or slashing from the hip, as the case may be. That's a homebrew rule. I just pulled it out of my ass, but
it works.
It seems more fair, you know?
You stinky.
I'm just putting my crossbow away and pulling my sword out.
Okay, you've got all the space you need for that because you're not attacking anyone. Onipus, you're up.
Alright, so that dude right there that I was eyeballing is still there, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's standing there with his fists up like, why the fuck did I just drop my weapons?
Alright, I just want to take one good fucking heavy punch right to the side of his temple.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Alright. Am I doing that unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unarmed strike.
Clobber this motherfucker.
21.
Yes.
That'll do it.
Nice.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Where am I doing that?
It is a solid 4,
that'll be next to where you clicked the unarmed strike.
Yeah, you did it right. Unarmed strike damage. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. 4. Okay, so 4 damage. Onipus just looks down at the guy like, bam! Right across there. His head slams into the wall. He's like, oh, I fucked up. He's still got his fists up, but he's starting to question his life choices considerably at this point, and his side of his face is turning purple. That brings us to that bandit. This tribe member steadies himself, looks around, and he is going to reach behind him. He's going to grab for that door, and he's going to try and open it.
He's trying to run.
The door is locked, and he starts punching behind him, and the door doesn't move.
Look at this
It's not
guy.
that strong a door, but this guy's not in a great shape. Shape. At this point, he just yells, "Get down here!" And that's when, Nixie, the movement you heard at the top of the stairs, you now get a face to attach to the sounds.
Oh, shit.
As
You get gangbanged.
someone appears at the top of the stairs, sees Nixie there, and gets to about here, and takes aim with his light crossbow.
Damn it.
That's a 15 to hit. What's your armor class?
It's 16.
Okay. That comes straight for you. You duck out of the way and start getting ready to take aim, and that misses.
Okay.
Meanwhile, another guy appears, and you see him trying to take aim over his buddy's shoulder. And that's going to be a miss.
Okay.
Okay, now next up is Charisse.
All right, so the guy in front of me, with the fists and the banging and all that, I'm gonna go for a little psychic drain action on him.
Mm-hmm.
Cool ginger.
All right, and I'm sucking out 5 and recovering 5.
Okay. Onipus, Gabriel, standing next to Charisse, you see her just throw a hand out, grab the guy by the throat, and locks eyes with him. He just starts trembling, sweat breaks out, and then his eyes roll up. He just falls to the ground with a little bit of froth coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
I liked it. It made me hard.
Always hard. What else is new?
I'm going to not even register that. Like I'll ask about it later. Let's just go.
All right, so after doing that, I'll move down to the corner where our friend on the stairs is, and I'll just or not like right behind her, but like at the corner, like kitty corner to her,
Like
and
here,
yeah, and just have her back up.
Okay.
Just let her know back up and kite him.
For the newbies, and a reminder for the veterans, if you can't take an action, you can always hold an action. So if Nixie wasn't here, Charisse could say, and hadn't already just taken an action, she could say, I'm just going to stand here with my sword, and I'm going to coat hanger any motherfucker that comes around the corner. And that action gets held until the trigger, that is, a motherfucker comes around the corner, gets triggered, at which point you go, stop, held action, and then he gets to make his attack.
Okay.
So what I'll do, because you didn't know this, I will let you have held an action to attack anything hostile that comes down the stairs, for example. Which means as soon as this fella comes down, he's taking an arrow, he's copying an arrow.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So Nixie runs in, gets to the bottom of the stairs, and just half draws an arrow ready to fire at anything that comes down. Dude comes down with a crossbow and a scimitar, and she's like, ah.
Bye. Okay.
All right, so make an attack roll. Nixie gets her first.
All right, we are gonna do longbow because that's just what I like. I just pull it out, like it's just like I don't think so.
It's long and it's a bow. What's not to love?
I know, right? So I am gonna first shoot it at the guy in the front right here. I have it aimed at him. So longbow, and I'm gonna fire away. 19.
That'll hit. Yeah. Go ahead. Roll your damage.
Yeah.
12. Okay. Nixie, guy comes running down. You see him pause to bring his crossbow up. The arrow's already in flight. Is this going to be another throat shot?
Always.
Okay.
Signature.
Give me a quick dexterity save.
What do I do?
That's up in the top left. You'll see saves.
Saving throws under.
Saving throws. Thank you.
Wait, where?
Underneath the 5 main ones, there's a box that says saving throws, and it has strength, dex, con, again with little numbers.
That the ones underneath the main numbers?
Mm-hmm.
19.
19. Okay. You just step daintily to the side as this guy keeps his momentum and slams into the bottom of the stairwell.
Oh
and I'm going to move him away for now because there's just not enough room for all these tokens. You're pretty much now just standing with one foot on the dead body, just drawing another bow at this guy who's
coming.
This is not going out how he planned.
Nope.
Philia, you are up.
Can Ophelia see the guy at the top of the staircase from here?
She cannot.
Okay, so she's gonna run in until she has some sort of advantage.
She would have just seen the body come flying down the stairs through the door, so Ophelia can kind of trot in, get to about here, and you would just be able to see the guy at the top of the stairs that Nixie's been paying attention to.
Okay, so she's gonna cast Ray of Frost on him.
Mm-hmm.
For 12 to hit.
12 will just hit. Roll your damage.
Okay, 2 damage.
That's okay.
A little chill.
It's just a little bit of frost. It looked like he was too hot.
A little shrinkage going on.
That's how you get him.
He was in the pool.
In here. He was in the pool. I was in the pool. I was on the staircase. I was on the staircase.
Okay. This guy takes a step. Bit of ice cracks over his ankle. You see him a little bit, and then he recovers and keeps moving. Which brings us back up to Tenzo at the top of the round.
Okay.
I don't think I went this round.
Mm-mm.
Where was Get?
Did we miss Gabe?
Yeah, I think I was right after Donovan.
You were supposed to go after Charisse. I'm so sorry.
Oh, dude, no worries, man.
Gabe.
It's all good. All right. Can I possibly, how high up is he in the stairwell? Would I be able to jump up and pull him down here?
No. This is largely a wall and doesn't start coming down until it gets to about here-ish.
Okay.
Also, having said that, what I am going to do is almost just deleted the bandit.
You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You do see an open door, just sitting swung open down there, and you can hear the sound of arrow fire, frost crackling, all manner of good times being had.
I'm going to try to sneak into this other room right here, the one in front of me.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, getting to about here. As you stick your head in, and
I'm gonna try to be like a little sneaky snake.
Sneaky snake.
A little sneaky snake.
A little sneaky snake.
This, as you glance in the door, first thing you notice is a giant axe in a suit of armor, right near your face, and sitting at a desk is a man who is an old, silver-haired man who probably should have died about 20 years ago, but is just too stubborn and crotchety looking to actually let go.
Crotchety.
And he's just sitting at his desk with his fingers stapled, staring at you like you just ran a cart over his dog.
Good.
That's my kind of man.
I think you might want to evacuate the area. There's a lot of humdinging going on.
It wouldn't be if you all just did your bloody jobs now, would it?
Ah.
This is the part of
what do I pay my taxes for?
Hey, just threaten him. Just threaten him.
Sir, do you know? No, never mind. Just be quiet. I'm gonna run in and try to open the other door.
Okay, and this guy just carries on at you like you haven't said anything, because clearly he seems to be the sort of guy who's used to calling the shots, whether he should be calling the shots or not. And busting through this door, you won't find anything in there. And this just appears to be a storeroom.
Okay.
Some wine, some barrels of water, some supplies, like some tools for repairing shit. This guy doesn't look like he's repaired anything in a long time, don't get me wrong, but yeah.
There's wine. I'm gonna try to get sauced real quick. I'm was trying to get a quick gulp in before I go back into the fight.
On the fucking job, dude.
I'm afraid these
Get
barrels have
charged
not
up for
been tapped.
drunken boxing.
And I've been tapped. I have a sword. I'm kidding. I'm gonna end my turn there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll go back up top. Tenzo, back to police brutalizing an innocent shopkeeper.
I turn around, and I say, "Thank you for your cooperation," and then I just sprint up the stairs. I'm done terrorizing her.
She just pissed herself.
You made your mark.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to move you over here for the moment.
Ah, dang it. Okay.
But as you reach the top of the stairs, you find yourself in a small apartment, windows overlooking Coach's Court, and we'll get to that in a moment. But it does look like it's the only way in and out of this room is via the stairs. There is a small elf girl, like waif-ish elf girl, sitting on a bed, just doing some sewing, looking at you like, oh.
Is there any small furniture near the entrance?
No, there's a dressmaker's doll in the corner.
I'm trying to. I just yell at her, "Get on the ground!"
For your help.
Yeah, and like
City Watch.
you see her like just throw herself onto the floor with her sewing still in her hand, splayed out in front of her.
It's a
Okay,
weird way to flirt.
Is there any like valuables? Just like in, I'm looking for art supplies at the moment. Is like there's like.
No, this is very much a linen haberdashery and dressmakers sort of place.
You're looking to rob her?
Yes.
Okay, so
Look, I know art supplies are expensive, but this is
We
So-
cops or we pirates?
Tenzo was on the streets for a long time before he met Ornipus. So like his go-to is like, is there anything that I can palm in this room that I could use for myself later?
Donovan, you're being attacked. Amazing.
But I'll
Don't
just
mind him.
as
you're gonna get IAB breathing down on necks.
the door was the only way in and out, right?
Yes, the stairs. That's it.
Okay, so I guess I'll just go over to the window and look outside, see if anyone's pulled up on us.
Okay, standing at the window looking out, the street is empty and silent.
Okay. I turn to that girl that's on the ground and ask her if she knows what's happening or if she's aware of the situation outside.
No, sir. Tara told me to come up here and stay out of the way, and I just did that.
I look at her like really wide-eyed, and I'm just gonna make a deception check.
Swear to me.
Perception or deception?
Deception.
Deception. Okay.
You're a monster. I love it.
I think it's.
I just say, she's dead. Tara's dead. You need to tell me everything you know. And that's a deception. I got +6. That's 19.
Oh no.
David, I love it.
I think at this point it's pretty clear that Tenzo is the cop that never has his body cam on. It's just not
Nope.
gonna happen.
He paints it away.
Over his body
Oops,
cam.
I got paint on it. My bad.
I am the unhinged artist that should have never had any other job besides abstract painting.
2 words that should never go together: unhinged and artist.
This young woman looks like she sort of turns her head up, looks at you staring wild down at her, and just screams in anguish, wailing.
Oh my god.
She's not going to be able to say anything anytime soon. She's gone into shock.
I say, "Sorry for your loss," and then I turn around and I just run. I run out
God
of the
damn,
room.
you are cold.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah,
I just-
for
I
real.
just-
love it.
I'm dipping.
You are
I
so
love this.
you are so much meaner than I thought you were gonna be.
I wasn't
Sorry.
expecting it. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So
That it
Kendo
took me by surprise. I'm impressed.
This is only-
running
this is
back
the first
down, so you get
question.
to about here. Yeah, okay, so that happened. Onipus, you're up.
Alright, so what's the situation looking like as of right now in terms of
Okay.
There's a
You
woman
have-
screaming.
It's looking
One
like
guy-
civil rights violations. That's
Right,
what it's
yeah.
looking like.
You
We
have
just
a
won't talk. We won't talk about those.
no. You have
It's the police
a
way.
bloody heap under a green cloak with a
Yeah.
large patch of red and a smiley face. You got a guy on the ground with his eyes just up and froth slowly bubbling out of his mouth. And turning around, you see two of your patriots either side of the bottom of the stairwell, and you can hear Nixie in the stairwell trading shots with someone.
okay, can I try and yell up at whoever is upstairs to try and be like, listen, we got everybody down here. You don't want us to come up there, just come down.
Okay, roll a intimidation. Sorry.
We got a 20.
Jeez.
Ooh,
You've been rolling
I fuck
so
with these
well.
vibes.
I know, right?
Yeah, Nixie, you see this guy with his crossbow getting ready to fire again, and he's just like fires the crossbow straight up into the ceiling, and it like puts that down, sheathes his blade, and just sort of walks down very sheepishly looking.
Based.
That's
He hasn't
what
been
I
bellowed
thought.
at like this in quite some time.
Dude.
You didn't
He
want
kind
any
of-
of this.
Kind of like sidles past you guys, looks down and goes, looks up at you, who obviously did that bellowing, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
Is there any more people up there? I will look at that guy and ask him.
It was just me and looks down at the guy Nixie's got a foot on. It was just me and him, but there's half a dozen more up on the second floor.
Well, shit.
This is the ground floor. He was on the first floor. There's half a dozen more up on the second floor.
Right.
Just so we don't have any of this, I speak the Queen's English, you speak Americanese, and we're not
Gotcha.
sure what comes after the
American-
ground floor.
Freedom.
Are we out of
Speak Freedomese.
Freedom.
Freedomless.
Freedomese. You meant
Freedomless.
Freedomese.
I
Mhm.
speak Frimlish. Yeah, so there's the floor that he was on, and then there's one floor above. That's what he's talking about.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Are
We
we out of
speak freedom in
initiative
these
right now?
parts, buddy.
At this point, you're out of initiative.
All right, I'm gonna
Gotcha.
come running back around from where I was, and I'll be like, guys, there's a ton of alcohol over here.
Oh hell yeah!
Really?
There's a
Can I-
there's a lot.
Can I run back into the main hallway too?
Yes.
Like I know we're working, but like what's a few drinks? It's not.
As
My
soon as
arm-
you get around the corner, you hear what is probably Terra tear-assing up the stairs.
The
I
Followed
I-
very quickly by a shocked scream of confusion and terror.
I close the door behind me and I just say, I just mended a family. I'd say it's time to pack up and call this one a day, guys.
You didn't
We've
find
still
out
got
about
half-
carriage.
So are you guys? Are you guys basically dating now?
No, it's just like a community service thing. I'm like here to serve the people.
You actually
know-
talked to a woman today.
Can I insight check him? Because I don't know if I believe it.
Fight my deception, bro. Fight my deception roll.
Oh, bring it on! Bring it on!
This
How
guy's
do-
standing here like, are you
What you
sure
got?
these
You got
guys
a
are the
26?
cops?
Did you get a 26? I'm not even gonna
Can you
roll.
do a 26
I'm not even
real
gonna
quick?
roll. I'm not even gonna roll because at
Okay.
max I get is 24.
I'm about to
All
get
right.
lit.
You got it.
And I look at Nick saying, I talk to girls all the time. It's not even a big deal for me.
Okay.
Ooh, all right. Well, you can talk to
cool.
girls. You can talk to girls later. We've still got half a dozen perps up on the second floor.
Yeah,
that
but
we've gotta
there's
take down.
booze. But there's booze.
Guys, a little bit of sauce
At this point,
everybody. We get us looser.
There's a street gang guy from the Bull Elk tribe going, "Are you sure yous are the cops?"
Do you want a drink too?
I'm gonna turn and look at him, and I'm gonna
put my sword up against his throat, and I was like, "Would the cops do this?"
I was gonna do the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm down
we'll
there,
do it together.
This guy's
Yeah,
now got like a pair
Yeah.
of scissors against his throat from two swords, and he's like,
Yeah,
As a
we're
matter
cops.
of fact, give me them pants you got on. Underwear.
Shoes.
Underwear too. Give me
Shoes.
hand them over.
Well, you
Give it up.
taking his J's?
We like shoes.
Give
All
it
right,
up. I want
I'm gonna slap both these fools. I'm gonna be like, come on, focus up. We got some more guys upstairs.
Look, I'm trying to get me some new underwear, all right? I don't know what you do. I need some new pairs, all right?
"All right."
Well, what kind of fetish do you have where you're taking people's underwear?
He looks at
It's
you. And
just
he looks at you
emasculating.
confused, like, "Underwear's for rich people."
Oh.
Oh no, he's got skid marked pants, trousers.
Oh,
You don't want none of that, man. Come on.
Can I-
we already made him shit himself. Like, do you really want those now?
And at this point, he's like holding his hands up, but he's like moving them out past the swords. And he's like, "Look, guys upstairs don't know. I'm supposed to let them know if there's trouble."
Are they just like you? Is there just like lots of guys with skid marks in their pants upstairs, or are they like, are they better than you?
We're really all the same, miss.
Ah.
There's one fella, but he's busy.
What's he doing?
I don't know, but it looks fancy. And
What
he sort
was
of
in the cart that
he
came
wiggles
in?
his fingers at you. That was we was just paid to transport here. No questions asked.
Where were you guys
Who paid you?
Transport what?
Whatever was in the cart.
What was in the cart?
I don't know.
You're lying.
You better start knowing, and I'm gonna put my sword
Oh,
against his
all
head.
right. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's just magical.
Do you
Where'd you
know
get it
who-
from?
Yeah, who paid
And
you?
who told you to bring it where?
The tribe leader.
And he's
Give me a name.
Names.
Give me a name. We need
I'm
names.
I'm working on it.
Quit telling me guy. I need names, damn it.
Quit doing
lean
this
in.
out of order, guys. It's
I lean in really close, and I'm like, "You ever been a year without shoes?
he's looking.
You ever eaten garbage?"
Turland Hagerson.
Sounds about right.
Onipus, you recognize the name. This is the son of the guy who ran the Bull Elk tribe. This guy has blue skin.
Yeah.
He's not an orc. He's a bad looking dude. Like, if you front up to him as an orc and you feel a little bit intimidated.
Yeah, I know these guys.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
his son actually took off about 10-15 years ago. It was just after you might have left.
Right.
So this is news to you that he's back in town.
Yeah, that's
Turland-
definitely strange.
Turland gave me I don't know.
You got bigger problems than toilet right now, bro.
Toilet your
and-
pants.
I think he's told us everything he knows, all right?
I think we should try and get a surprise on the people upstairs. We seem to be outnumbered, but if we can get a jump on them.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys think about that because we're gonna have to call it here.
Thank
Next
you,
Okay.
week,
Ian.
baby.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks to our
Yay.
players. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Sorry about the delay. We will be all set next week. We'll have the ability to zoom in on close-ups on the players. We'll have the intermissions. We'll have everything ready to go. A big, massive shout out to It's Mickey Mitch for stepping in like a goddamn hero at the last second.
Thank you, Mitch!
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks, Mitch.
Thanks to all of you for waiting for us and sticking around and just getting us like even more excited than we already were.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Right, it's been super awesome. I really am excited to see what kind of hijinks we're gonna get into because clearly there's a lot of morally ambiguous people in this lot.
Yeah, you, Mr. Fucking Let's Drink.
What's that supposed to mean, bro?
It's like, give me the pants.
I'm already drunk.
Bro, I'm gonna take his pants so he feels immoralized and he's never gonna fuck with anyone again. He's gonna be the guy that got his pants stolen by some pretty boy elf with a weird sword.
Street justice. Damn it. There you go.
I think I'm gonna save this map here so we remember exactly where we were.
Okay.
Cool.
And I mean, my secret's out. I'm using Photoshop. It's highly technical piece of battle map gear. Yeah, a couple of shout outs. Like Sweeney really got behind me early, gave us a lot of encouragement. He bullied Jenna into playing.
Oh man.
Never actually played before this, so if I seem really slow, that's because I am.
We'll get there.
Donovan sort of brought us all together in his server, and Keegan has done all of our artwork. Helped me track down some music. He is actually a manic artist, and you all owe Bad Cripple massive thanks for really just keeping me on track. Writing, designing, testing, and just so yeah. Not going to stick around to do chat, but I might do that next week. We'll probably look at hosting this again as a video, and then we can do like director's commentary or some shit. And we might do that midweek. So thank you, everybody, and remember, all Watchmen are bastards.